What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Big Ten channel. We're going to give you a very early projected record for Rutgers here in this video. Before we get to 2024, let's look back at some of the projections from 2023. Here were some of those projections from last season. Rutgers going 6-6, of course, in the regular season. Our projection had them at 4-8. My prediction, 4-8. Athlon, a little bit higher, 5-7. The over/under for this team was between 3.5, 4.5. That's where you could find that. So this was not a team that was expected to do very much last year. And again, the schedule did turn out to be very tough. And I think that's a big reason why those projections were as low as they were. You know, if you gave them this year's schedule last year, you probably would have had projections closer to 6-6. So it's an easier schedule. We'll see what the projection is. Again, this is that schedule. This is the scale that we use. If it's under 20 or over 80, those are pretty much guaranteed wins or losses. 20-29, 71-80 games where I think the spread will be double digits, maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe a little more. 30-39, 61-70 games where I think it'll be closer to a touchdown. And then your 50-50 games that could go either way, and you've got a lot of those for Rutgers. So we'll start with the easy win. You've got Howard. Howard should absolutely be an easy win. Would be a big surprise if they were to lose that game. FCS opponent, again, they should roll in that one. And then we got Akron, a game where I think, maybe that should be in the green, but we're going to put it in the blue. Rutgers is not exactly a powerhouse. I know they've gotten better, but this is an FBS team, so we'll say they'll be favored by 15, 16 points in that one. And those are your 2 easy wins. Then after that, you've got USC on the road. That one's going to be a tough one. I think they will be about a touchdown underdog there. I don't think USC coming in this season is maybe a whole lot better than Rutgers, but the home field advantage is what puts that one in the yellow. If that was at home for Rutgers, that would be a 50-50 game. And then, there are not any games on the schedule where they're going to be a huge underdog. You talk about Virginia Tech, they're in the same tier. Washington, maybe the same tier, plus it's at home. Nebraska, same tier as Rutgers. Wisconsin, maybe a tier above Rutgers, but that game's at home, and that makes the difference. UCLA, same tier. Minnesota, the same tier. Maryland, pretty much the same tier. Illinois, Michigan State. I mean, you've got a bunch of games against teams that should be pretty even matchups for Rutgers. And, which ones will they win? Which ones will they lose? That's the question. It could really go either way for this Rutgers team. If you get those 2 wins, though, and then you have the rest of the schedule, you have the other 10 games, you split those, you could go 5-5 in those games, then of course that's going to get you a projection of 7-5. That is the projection for Rutgers. That's what they're expected to do. Again, if they lose a lot of close games, and I'll tell you what, if we just run through the schedule and I just go through the games where I think they will be underdogs, and again, maybe just a field goal, but I think they will be underdogs against Virginia Tech, Washington, Nebraska, Wisconsin, maybe not UCLA, maybe not Minnesota, probably Maryland on the road. Michigan State's tough, and then again you got USC. So, if they just win the games that they're favored in and lose the games that they're underdogs in, they're probably going to be 6-6. But again, it could go 7-5, could even go 8-4, could go 5-7. But our projection, again, using the formula that I use, does come out to 7-5. That's what they're projected to do this next season. You guys agree? Do you disagree? Give me your thoughts on Rutgers down in the comments below.